Y'all don't want it. Bad enough, had enough. Sounding like everyone. Here to tell you, your time is up. Brought it down to your level. I'm a rebel against the grain. Being different, same ignition, lighter fluid without a kitchen. The ideal, make impressions. Say something, make me feel it. You can't do it, and I knew it. I pursue it, pain I deal it. I'm a realist and a winner. Original, good selection. This is for anyone sick of the earth. I'm here to offer protection. Make you question all your verses. You stumbling through your performance. You ain't hot or the warmest. I'm stinging hot, call me a hornet. Price of fame, you can't afford it. You want it free, do nothing with it. F you, hey me, the mentality, you scared to risk it. It ain't no future, off of your frontin', wanna create you a miracle. Ball work, minimal. You all talk, criminal. I am not hearing you, and I'm not feeling you. Y'all so disrespectful, like I'm supposed to be fearing you. Hip hop, renaissance. Remember when we went hard? I don't need an entourage. Why you need a bodyguard? Next level, same rules. You coming down, change moves. I don't gotta get in where I fit in. I've been here and been about my shoes. So don't be surprised at the kickback. It be the stuff you can't get back. My time is real, you don't get that. I'ma hit you with the real facts. I got that, I got that. You got that, I got that, I got that, I got that. You got that? No, you don't. Don't be surprised at the kickback. It be the stuff you can't get back. My time is real, you don't get that. I'ma hit you with the real facts. I got that, I got that. You got that? I got that, I got that.
And like that, you got that, I got that. We back. We back.
Just like that.
The king is on the throne, Mr. Pharaoh.
How you doing? How you doing, sweetie? How you doing?
We are good. Y'all come in, adjust your crowns, get ready. This is the king and queen segment. Let me just say this a little bit. Me and Pharaoh are on the 2nd and the 4th week of the month. The 2nd week, I think we're going to try to play with the trending topics and give y'all a twist on the news from our perspective. On the 4th week, where we will be handling the issues like we were doing before, where we take a topic and we just go at it. Or we will be conducting interviews. But the platform has broadened out and we're doing some stuff. But no, the king is on the throne. I'm dressing it. How's it going, Pharaoh? What's up today?
It's good. It's good. Like I said earlier, man, it's a blessing to be above ground another day. How about you?
Same thing. Before we came on here, remember we was running down that list of so many people that have went on, that's leaving here. Some young, senseless, and some are old. But time waits for no man. And I remember my daddy used to say that, do all you can while the sun is up, because when the sun go down, no man shall work. And we didn't get that back then, but I'm getting it now. Every time we open up these little apps and scroll up and down, it's RIP this, RIP that. And it's getting where we getting to numb to death, where we don't even think we're going to live forever. We still think we're going to live forever. And that's not the case. So get it right while you got the time, while you got breath in your body, the grudges, the malice, the jealousy. Take time out to reflect on what you have done in this life, because you're going to answer for what you done, not for what Pharaoh did to me and what I did to Pharaoh, but what you actually did in this life. That's the end goal, y'all. The TVs, the radios, the write-ups, all of that is good and great. But when I get to heaven, he's going to ask me, how did I treat my brother Pharaoh? How did I treat my sister AJ or J. Marie? How did I treat those that despitefully misused me and talked about me? That's what we're going to be held accountable for, y'all. This money and these cars, none of that, that's not in the book of life. Our deeds and titles is not in the book of life. Oh, you collected a $80,000 car. Now, God is not pleased with that. We idolize that stuff, and that's what's making us act out the way we're acting out. My little spiel, I'm going to let Pharaoh do his little spiel, and we're going to go straight. We got a lot of trending topics. A lot of stuff has been taken off. Some of it right here in the backyard of Dallas, and then some of it abroad. And we're going to take these videos. We're going to show them to you guys, give y'all our little 2 cents. Pharaoh going to do his, and then we're going to end it up, of course, on the debate from, what was it, the other night or last night, Pharaoh?
That was last night.
Your boy Trump said that the immigrants is eating the pets.
Well, you know, I did some research on that, right? I did some research on
That
that.
is kind of true.
Yeah, I did some research on that. So, hold on. Before I go into that, let me pick back off something you said just a
Okay,
moment.
yeah, go ahead.
You were speaking of what your father said to you about, you know, once the sun is set, no man shall work. And I definitely will second that motion by your father. Very wise man must have been, must be,
Yeah,
because to make such a statement, it is true. We need to understand that all of the material things we gain in this life, they mean nothing when we leave here. Nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing.
nothing.
I mean, I applaud everyone that are successful and you're buying homes, you're buying new vehicles, you know, you're traveling. I applaud you for that. Great work, great work. But do know this: that would have no value and no weight when you leave here. None
No,
whatsoever. None. I always tell people, God don't mind us having things.
that's
What
right.
He mind is He mind things having us. It's a
Hmm.
difference. He don't mind us having things. He do mind things having us. Meaning, when you take material things and they become your God, and you only living to have these material things, you are no longer the master. You are now the slave. Like they always say, money, money. It is a beautiful, it is a wonderful servant, but it is a horrible master.
Hmm.
So don't allow yourself to get caught up into the material things of this world, because when you're dead and gone, you are exactly that. You are dead
That's it.
and gone. That Rolex don't fit around those bones in the ground anymore. You
Show down.
decay, you dust. That car can't be driven by you anymore. Someone else is going to have that car. That house that you boast about and you rage about, someone else will be living in that home when you're gone.
Yeah.
So let's remember, God don't mind you having things. He just mind things having us. Now, to get to what you were speaking about, these cats and dogs being eaten. Uh,
That's
uh,
what
uh,
Trump said. I'm just repeating what
uh,
Trump said.
it's funny you bring up animals. Let me make this public announcement.
Oh Lord.
When you bring up animals, Egypt, let me make this public announcement, people. The last time Egypt was live on her platform, she was doing a review of a movie. And I just want the people of PETA and the SPCA to know that on this live recording, no animals will be harmed. No moose, no moose, no camels, no cats.
Oh Lord.
Doing this live recording, no animals will be harmed. You will not see any moose.
Lord have mercy, Jesus
You
Christ. And
won't
I
see
know
any cow.
exactly what that part
You,
you want. Not
hey,
tonight.
you won't see any camels or cats. So everything is safe. Peter, no animals are harmed during this live broadcast. SPCA, we good over here.
Man, and then he said, go pull your fat. They had it on TikTok. They had it on the video. I said,
Hey,
Trump, come
hey,
on,
people listening to me and seeing us laughing, they thinking, what is Pharaoh talking about?
man. But
Man,
inside
hey,
joke.
people, let me tell
Inside
y'all
joke.
something. Egypt had an exotic animal on her last live. She had a moose. She had a live moose on her last live. But let me get away from that. I'm just joking.
Gotta run them numbers up. Go back and watch the
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
Go back and watch the show.
I'm just joking.
Boy, I needed that last.
I'm just joking. But yeah, man, I did some research on what Trump said, right?
Okay.
Okay, so as much as the media, as much as the media want to debunk what he said, after my personal research and other researchers that I use their work, I did find out that there were some immigrants in Springfield, Ohio, that were eating domestic animals. As a matter of fact, if you go to my Facebook page, I posted a video. These people, the citizens of Springfield, Ohio, have went to the city council, and
I heard that.
they are speaking angrily, saying that these immigrants are going to the neighborhood pond where people usually go and feed the ducks and whatnot, they are actually snatching the ducks out of the pond, cutting their heads off, and taking them home to eat. Yes, I'm not making this up. And for those of you who want to see that video, I have it posted on my Facebook page up on the Pharaoh and Jackson. And Egypt, you can go check it out as well. Uh,
I am.
Definitely. These citizens are complaining to the mayor and his city council members of Springfield, Ohio, of these immigrants taking animals that are considered domestic and killing them and eating them. So, and I have actual video footage of the city council meeting where these residents that live there, these citizens that live there, are grieving or putting forth their grievances to the city of Springfield. We got to do something about this. Now, this is what I say to people. You can send me articles and ads about it's been debunked all you want. I'm going to believe what you say to me about your community.
Yeah.
The media can't tell me that your community is safe, Egypt. If you live in there and you tell me, Pharaoh, don't come around here after 8 o'clock. Yeah, don't come over after 8 o'clock. I'm going to listen to Egypt because Egypt lives there. Regardless of what the media say, the media can say that you live in the safest area of the city. But if you tell me, Pharaoh, that's not what it is. I live here. I'm here. I know what happens here. I'm going to listen to Egypt, not the media. So with that being said, in that video of me doing my research of the citizens of Springfield, Ohio, saying that these domestic animals are being killed and eaten in their community, I tend to believe them over the media.
I believe it too because they have, you remember, not even that, in New York too, they saying, the Chinese, you can't leave a cat. That was a joke.
Indeed.
You can't have a cat or a rat around.
Indeed.
That's always been a joke about Chinese food.
In Egypt, let's add something to that. What about that? What about that cargo ship they busted? They busted coming over from China that had dog meat and cat meat that was freeze dried. A cargo ship. People, we're talking about tons. If you don't believe me, go and Google cargo ship seizure of cat and dog meat. You will see.
My God.
Man, this ship came from China, people. It had freeze dried dog and cat meat. And some of the torsos were complete, meaning they were still in the shape of the animal. They were still in the shape of the animal. So, but we're putting this out there. But let me say this, because Egypt, you know what? We'll be remiss if we don't make something be known right here. Understand, there are cultural differences between us in America and people worldwide.
Yes, sir.
So let me say that first off. In America, we value cats, we value dogs, we value horses. But there are nations and countries across the world where dogs, cat, and horse meat is a delicacy.
Sure is.
They eat those all day long. So according to their culture, they're doing nothing wrong. So I would be remiss if I didn't put that part in. In America, we frown on that. We frown on it. We condemn it, and we want it done away with. But we must acknowledge there is a cultural difference between those of us who are American born and raised and those who are coming from other places across the globe. Those people are eating domestic animals, people. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it.
I do too. And they probably was doing it already in their native land anyway. So when they came over here and they saw them just roaming the streets or out in the public, okay, let me eat.
Let me eat. And like I said, I'm not convicting them for that because it's cultural. Yeah. That's what we need to understand. It's cultural. We won't dare think of eating a dog. Egypt, me and you, somebody tell us, hey man, eat this. This is a real hot dog. This is a real hot dog. So, Egypt, let's be real. If somebody tell me they give me some meat on some bread and it's hot, it's steaming hot with barbecue sauce on it, they say, Egypt, Pharaoh, here's a hot dog. And we take it, we think it's gonna be chicken or beef or something. They say, but it's a real hot dog. That is hot steaming dog meat. Egypt, we gonna throw that sandwich, me and you both. We gonna look at each other.
And just it.
And we're gonna throw it. Yeah, but in other countries, that dog would be eaten. That dog would be in a human's belly. in the other country. And y'all know I'm not lying. Y'all know this to be true.
No,
You know,
no.
so it's a cultural thing. So if the immigrants are eating domestic animals, people blame it on their heads, not their hearts.
Yeah, yeah,
Blame it on their heads, not their hearts. It's cultural, okay? And we must acknowledge that the media will steer you in a direction it wants you to believe.
yeah,
So I tell people to do their own research. Do your own research, come to your own conclusion.
yeah, yeah. And that's true. We laughed about it a little bit, but this
Yeah,
is stuff we have been hearing for years with people telling us not to go to Chinese because they do this, they do that, they
yeah.
serve pigeon. But to us, like you said, if we know about it, that's why I don't eat barbecue sauce right now. I want to see my meat. Like, I don't care if it's real. I want to count the bones. I want to see if
Yeah,
that's really a real bone and not a horse bone because I know it was stores here years ago in West Dallas that was serving horse meat and
they
stuff
were
to the
serving
black
horse meat.
community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And that caused a problem. Yeah, that caused a big problem. A big
But
problem.
think about it now. With all the stuff that's going on, a lot of people are turning vegan and they're doing the organic thing or whatever. The pig used to be what the nastiest animal alive,
It still is. But yeah,
but is a cat and dog really nasty? If they are house domesticated and all they eat is the beneficial milk, you know what I'm saying? They probably like, oh, I'm gonna eat good. I don't know. Let me get out for this because my mind done went so.
I see where your train of thought is going.
Yeah,
I see where your
on
train
the
of
train
thought is
track.
going. You know,
Yeah, I
but
done fed
yeah,
this dog pedigree. He
yeah,
should be good to go
yeah,
on this grill.
yeah, yeah.
Versus this
And,
pig that eats swine.
yeah. And you know what's funny?
Wow.
In certain places that can be reversed. In certain places, pigs are revered as spiritual creatures, and they won't eat them. They
Okay.
won't eat them. And just like in India, cows. Do you know, like over here in America, man, we're gonna tear a cow ass up. I mean, we're gonna have sirloin,
Yes,
ribeyes,
sir.
ground beef, you name it,
Yes, sir.
oxtails. We
Mm.
we go. Hey, a cow don't have a chance in America. Hey, look at the Chick-fil-A commercials. Eat more
No.
chicken. You see, eat more chicken. Because
Yep.
the guy's trying to tell you, y'all ain't giving us a break over here. We in America, a cow don't have a chance. We gonna eat that cow. Not only we gonna eat his meat, we gonna drink his milk.
You sure right.
A cow don't have a chance. And then after we finish with the milk and the meat, we gonna use the skin to make boots and belts and hats and purses and everything else. In America, a cow
Oh,
don't
we
have a
sorry,
chance.
Cal. We
Yeah, we
sorry.
sorry, Cal, but that's our
Because y'all
culture.
love to listen.
That's
We
our
sorry.
culture. Go to
Yeah.
India. Go to India. In India, the cow is revered as a spiritual creature.
Yes, sir.
So much so that they drink the cow's urine. Look it
Okay, we're
up.
on to that. So I know you were
Look,
going to say something that made me get up off of the topic. And we're
look,
moving on.
look
We're
it
moving
up.
on.
Look it up. But let's
The
go.
pig.
Let's go.
Yeah, okay. Because I was supposed to ask. Okay, never mind. We roll
Let's
to
go.
the list of the young men and some of the older icons that have passed away, and we just want to give
Man,
our due diligence and give a moment of silence. First, starting with our own Mr. Officer Darren Burks. Oh my God, to see so much love. We'll get into this. This is one of our trending topics, actually. So
definitely.
we'll talk more on this. The Kimball student, Mr. 17-year-old David Washington.
Good
That's another
Washington.
topic we will talk about tonight. We got Rich Homie Quan, senseless, drug over, took a wrong pill or whatever he took,
Man,
and he out of
may
here.
rest in peace. May you rest in peace.
Woo! Went live, told people not to do drugs,
Yeah,
and you went out the next day.
yeah.
Wow.
That
Of
hurt.
course, we got Lion King, who Mr. Pharaoh sound like.
Man, that's my guy, James Earl Jones. Hey, hey, Egypt, all we can say for this man here is job well done.
Very well done.
That's all we can say for
Very
that
well.
man, right? That's a life well lived, Egypt.
No
James Earl
negative. I
Jones.
never heard anything negative about that brother.
The
Nothing.
man is the definition of class and decency.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
you'll be hard pressed to find a classier gentleman. James Earl Jones, job well done. Rest in peace, Elder.
And of course, on today, this morning, we wake
Oh
up to
man,
Mr. Frankie Beverly. We are one.
we are one. Happy feelings,
Man,
man. Frankie
Jesus.
Beverly, man, he will be truly missed. All of you all must bear witness that he is the king of the family reunion and barbecue cookout.
Yeah, man.
If you don't
Yeah,
have Frankie
man.
Beverly playing, you ain't having a cookout. You ain't having a
Mm-mm,
reunion. That
mm-mm.
man gave us the theme music. So
Sure is.
may all them souls rest in peace. And they rest in peace.
Man, life is so short and so precious.
It's
We
short.
just,
It's short, Egypt. It is short, and we take it so for granted.
and I know I do. I'm guilty of it. Just thinking that I'm gonna wake up in the morning. We just
Yeah,
had that mindset. When I wake up in the morning, I'm gonna do
there
A,
you
B,
go.
C, and D.
You go to bed. You go to bed with the assurance for sure. I'm gonna get up in the morning, not knowing this
We
may be the
sleeping in the image of death.
man.
That's my daddy used to say. You
Yeah,
sleeping in the
well,
image of. He was just gracious enough to
yeah,
touch you to
definitely,
wake you up. It wasn't
definitely,
the clock and your iPhone and Apple Watch and all of that, but
definitely,
it was him, and that's crazy. So I got to do better. This
definitely.
I got to do better.
We got to do better. We got to do better. Because you know what? Not only do we have this false sense of entitlement to see tomorrow,
Mm-hmm.
well, we're not doing enough of what we have today. You know,
There you go.
yeah. So we got this false sense of entitlement that we're going to see tomorrow. Tomorrow is owed to us. But
Mm,
brother, sister, you haven't done all you can do to feel today.
that's true.
We procrastinate, we waste time, and we spend a lot of negative time on being mad at people,
Yep.
holding grudges, and all of this negativity, not knowing that death is around the corner.
Around.
Death is around the corner. In Egypt, here's the harsh reality, a very inconvenient truth. The truth is, death would be all of our companion. We can't get away from them.
Can't buy
Death,
it. You can't buy that.
you can't buy that. I don't care. Wealth can't buy health. You know what I
Mm-mm.
mean? You can't get by it. I don't care what you do, what you have, how much you know, where you been, who you been with. Death will be your companion one day. God knows that day. We don't.
We
God
don't.
knows that day. So every day that God gives us, we need to make the most of it and let the pettiness go. Let the pettiness go because time is so precious. Time is precious, man.
And
It
we
is precious.
rolling y'all right into these trending topics. The
Definitely.
first one will be, of course, we're gonna handle all our stuff here in our backyard before we go abroad. And we're gonna take on these topics one by one and try to flow through them within the hour. And if y'all have comments, I see y'all slow about coming in. We are thinking about adjusting the time on the platform because I know a lot of people 6:30 is like people you getting home, you cooking or
Yeah.
whatever. So we're thinking
Yeah.
about doing all of them starting at 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Um,
That's a
yeah,
great
or
time.
next month. So yeah, this gonna be very interesting to see how these platforms and all these great hosts come in to do their due diligence. And man, we got a big surprise on October, that first week October. Pharaoh know about it, but we got a Grammy winning. Yeah, that's
Let's
gonna hit
go.
the platform.
Let's
So
go.
yeah, we like Pharaoh said, we don't take nothing for granted. We
Let's
take
go. Won't take
nothing,
nothing for granted. Nothing for granted.
and we rolling, y'all.
going on, sis? Just making a video for you. Letting you know I miss you. You know, I haven't seen you in a while. Trying to take care of myself. And I know you're doing the same. So I just want to reach out and say, hey, love you, miss you, and talk to you soon. All right.
That was his last words that he made to his best friend before he was killed, as the news media says, execution style.
Yeah.
Two other officers were injured. One was still listed in critical condition. I'm not for sure if that's still the case. But this guy, young guy here, was shot in the head, point blank. They said he was targeted. What comes to mind, and I know Pharaoh gonna touch this, we hear it's a battle with police and authority, because one minute we see officers killing our own, like Miss Maxie and all these other ones, innocent. And then when you see one's life being taken that's wearing that badge, it make you feel kind of neutral, because you can have the mindset, well, all of them dirty anyway. It'll make you feel that way. But to see the community come out to back this man, to hear the statements and all the good things that this young brother was doing, is just like heart wrenching. And this is another reason why this platform is like really important, because the young guy that did this senseless killing, he was killed. They killed him.
Yeah.
What was your mental state? I mean, what
Yeah.
was your mental state to do what you did?
Yeah.
That's why men's mental health is just important
Very.
as the women's mental health.
Very.
What you think on this?
I agree with you 100-fold. The brother, his mental health was definitely the cause of what he did to Officer Burks. First and foremost, man, I just want to say, send my condolences to the Burks family, all his friends and family. Officer Burks, Officer 12543, that was his number. The brother was loved by the community. The turnout at his memorial was amazing. The brother did a lot. He did a lot. He was formerly an educator, and he was an educator. So this brother not only helped our community as far as trying to protect and serve, he was also helping our community by way of teaching our children. And he transitioned into law enforcement, and that's where he lost his life.
Yeah.
He lost his life doing for the community. Mental health, man. One thing, you all, if you don't know anything about Egypt and myself, you will know that we push for mental health.
Yes.
You're gonna hear the word mental health approximately 20 times on our show at any given show, because we realize that mental health, it is needed. We need to get the help and attention that we need. And it all starts with us acknowledging that we all have traumas and dramatic events in our lives that we need to address. Last show, I shared with you some of the therapy I had to get because of my traumas. The young man, Brother Bay, that killed Officer Burks, he had just been fired from his job recently, and he was going through a lot. He actually stayed home with his parents. His father, who was interviewed, seemed to be a very stable and upright man. Very stable and upright man. And his father even said he had no idea what his son was thinking when he did that. So his son was actually going through a crisis that had not only led to him being killed, but he took a life and could have took two more. So people, let's send our condolences to the family of Officer Burks. And let's also send our condolences and prayers to the assailant's family, because they lost someone as well. And it wasn't their fault that they are grieving. So let's send our condolences to their family as well, because they don't deserve it either. So, but mental health, people, we have to attack it. We quick to run in these gyms. We want big arms, big chests, big booties. You doing squats, glutes. We doing all this. We quick to run in the gym to get our body and muscles therapy. But what you doing for that mind?
But we do that to offset the mental issues. We run into the gym, try to get rid of those mental issues, and it's not clearing that up.
It's
You
not.
might be, like you said, getting muscles or bigger butt or whatever, but in the back of your mind, you still got what's so scary about this mental issue or mental health is a lot of us don't even know we have mental health issues. That's what
Indeed.
scared me.
Indeed.
And we're learning. This platform is teaching me as I go, like, oh, Egypt, when you did that, oh, you weren't right. You know what I'm saying? You weren't thinking right. But we get so caught up in our way of doing things or what we have seen, we think that's the right way. And this mental health
Indeed.
is hitting us left and right with these kind of incidents right here.
Yeah. And you know what, Egypt? I'm glad you said that. Like you said, and that was transparent, sister. I appreciate you for that. One thing, that's another thing, people. You're gonna get a lot of transparency from Egypt and myself. That was so transparent what you just said, Egypt, about how much you learned about yourself as we address these topics. But I want to say this because you said what you said, Egypt. I want to say this to those who may be viewing. Most of you are gonna see this land in the comfort of your bed tonight, on the replay. But for those of you who do see this, I want to say to you all, most of you have health care insurance. You have insurance. You work for me, you have insurance. Why don't you all schedule a psych evaluation?
You get 3 free.
Yeah, psych evaluation. Go get it, people. I mean, you may be dealing with something that you don't know, and then one day something happened, and guess what?
Yeah.
You snap. You click. Go and get your psych eval. It's confidential. Nobody will ever know. And if something is found there that you need to be healed from, you can get to addressing it. So I say to all of you all, many of you work for great companies, you have health care. Go ahead and get your psych eval. Get your psych evaluation. See where you stand with yourself. We always worried about where we stand with everybody else. See where you stand with yourself. And then we can address this. But
and those that don't have a job, I have did enough of these free events. FHMR is real big. You can go on their website, and if you do not have any money to low income, you could schedule to actually go to see one of their people at their facilities and get medication and all of that. That's the importance of me out in the community. It ain't just to say, oh, Egypt out here, the Queens out here. It's to show you guys what is available for us. It's so many groups and nonprofits that really, really help this mental health thing. And with that being said, that lets us know it's a problem. When you start having big, it's a problem. We got a problem. We just took a test at our job. They done changed up the whole workplace violence. I went through that test. I'm like, oh, shit. The employee gonna do what?
Yeah.
You have to be prepared. You don't know what people are actually going through.
Yeah, definitely.
Next topic, Mr. Darren Burks. Our condolences, like Mr. Pharaoh said, goes to you and the family and to the assailant that took your life. You definitely left a legacy and a mark on our community, and I applaud you on that. Gone too young, gone too early. We could say all of that, but at the end of the day, like Pharaoh said at the beginning, we're gonna have a date with death. We just don't know when. So moving on to the next one, y'all. What y'all think about this one? This ain't Grand Prairie. Our water, y'all.
Thousands of people in Grand Prairie are under orders today not to drink water from the faucet, and school is canceled for the day. The concern about the water is for people who live north of Interstate 20.
The city is calling it a foaming agent that has been detected in the water supply. NBC5's Alana Quillen is live at Lone Star Park, where in just a few hours the city will start handing out bottled water again. Alana, what's the latest?
Yeah, so we know that the city is supposed to be hosting a water distribution event here at Lone Star Park. In just the last hour, you can see behind me here, this truck pulling a trailer full of water bottle pallets just pulled up and is gearing up for that distribution event. We've seen a couple of cars come up to get a spot to get that water. And again, their plan is to start distributing this at 8 a.m. So here's what we know so far about this situation. We want to show you a map of the affected area. Late last night, the city of Grand Prairie got word of the contamination and sent a crew to investigate and isolate it. The do not drink notice was then issued for everyone living in an area north of the I-20 line. Again,
and of course, it goes on and on and on. All this waiting in line. You know how much water they gave those people? 1 bottle or
Wow.
1 case of water. My coworker was out of water. They had to have friends and family from our side to bring them bottled water and stuff over there. This is scary. You don't think time is winding up just all of a sudden? And I read all the stuff. Y'all know how TikTok goes. Oh, Lord, we under terrorist attack. We under this, we under that. But it just goes to show you that a little slip up like that, if it hadn't been caught and them people had started bathing or drinking that water, maybe it didn't foam and it just had all that stuff in there. Those people been intaking that stuff. We could have had another crisis on our hands.
Yeah, and this is a question. They're saying a foaming substance.
They still didn't say what it was.
What substance is this?
They don't say.
I mean, the public health is at risk.
Yes.
The public's health is at risk. The least you can do is tell us what it is that we are in danger to. What are we exposed to?
That's what I was wondering. Why is that so secretive? Because usually they'll say if they didn't filter it enough, because like Flint had the problem with their water.
Like the Flint water crisis.
I will not say what happened in Grand Prairie. That's on the hush and rap. It's just, okay. And then when it came back, you said, well, you might have to boil water. But you know what? My granny, even back then, always boiled her water, and I never did understood that. And that was back in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah. I knew a lot of older people too back in the day that would boil their water. If the water was going to be consumed, they boiled it.
My mom still does it.
Yeah. I knew of a few elders that did that. Very few did it, but they do it because truth be told about it, there's a lot of things in the water that's harmful to our bodies.
Yes.
It is. Like they use fluoride. They use fluoride in our water. Our tap water in Dallas and all of DFW. There's fluoride in that water, and look up the effects fluoride has on the body. It's good to be used when brushing your teeth, not to be digested though.
No.
And there's definitely fluoride in your water. We have to be careful. We have to be careful because now Egypt, when I see that story, you know what I think about?
What?
That's one of the stories that they were able to tell us about.
Yeah.
What has happened so many times in the past that they have not been transparent about.
And that's true because in my neighborhood, we have a group that comes out every 6 months and they make us give them water out of certain faucets in our house and they test it. And I be like, I remember this shit happening in Pleasant Grove when I stayed in Pleasant. But we drink bottled water here too.
Yeah.
But it'll make you think though, like, is that why my heart feeling? We don't know what's going on.
You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's in the water and the food that you're consuming.
No.
Now we are grateful to the city of Grand Prairie for getting out ahead of this and letting the city know, hey, we have a problem with your drinking water, with your tap water. Okay, kudos to you guys for that. Kudos. But again, how many things are being leaked into our intake that we don't know about?
Yeah.
That we don't know about. Look, they found estrogen in marijuana on the East Coast. They found estrogen. Oh, yes. Look it up. People, your brother Pharaoh is surgical with this.
I see.
I'm a researcher. That's all I do is research. They found estrogen, the hormone chemical, estrogen in marijuana on the East Coast. Do you know what this does to men, ladies and gentlemen?
Give y'all titties.
Do y'all know what this does to men, ladies and gentlemen? Estrogen was found in the weed. Estrogen was found in the marijuana. This was intentionally placed in the marijuana. Not only to effeminate the male, it was found on street level marijuana. What does that tell you, people? It was found not at dispensaries. It was found on street marketable marijuana.
So you're targeting us even more because a lot of us. No wonder these dudes is hitting these high sopranos and all of this. You know what?
And no wonder these dudes are having thoughts that they ain't had before.
But I've seen some brothers here in Dallas. Now I don't know if it's the water.
They look at me different. They acting sensitive.
It made me jealous. Like in the store, he had hips and butt and he was masculine. Like he had his wife and kids, but he had a bad shape on him. And I'm just like, whoa! I'm thinking he had hip dips.
You saw a man with hips.
He had hips. He was built like a girl. And I'm seeing a lot of even these high school boys. When we get scooted from school and we go get a little something to eat or whatever, a lot of them is like.
We gotta be careful, Egypt. We gotta be Egypt. Why do you think being vegetarian and vegan is at an all-time high? People
could do that. Okay, that right there, what you just said.
Yeah.
You can do that all day. But do you know what all the chemicals they're putting in vegetables and all this other stuff to grow it rapidly? So you can do all that vegetable stuff if you're not growing it yourself.
Indeed. If you're not getting it or getting it from an organic farm.
Yes.
If you're not growing it yourself or getting it from an organic farm, you might as well eat meat.
That's what I want. That's exactly what I was going to say. So I don't eat this and I don't eat that. And I just be looking like, but where you get that from? I got it from HEB and it's Texas grown. Oh, okay.
Okay. Is that farm organic?
And what they say, everything is bigger in Texas, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Scooter saying to me, big bag, big bag. Okay.
Big bag. So we got to be careful, man. They putting stuff in our water. They put stuff in our food, and people on the streets, they putting it in your marijuana. They don't put extra. They don't put.
I don't get high. Well, I might need to get high.
Me either. I don't smoke. I don't drink.
Me either.
So they can't slide.
Got estrogen, and it's gonna give me some stuff without having to go and get cosmetology stuff. You know what?
Well, I'm gonna tell you what. It'll harm you because your body already naturally produces it. Yeah, your body naturally produces. For a male, we produce testosterone. So if we are ingesting estrogen, that's going to add a hormone to us. That's going to create the hips, going to create the breasts. Going to create the feminine reactions and behaviors and thought patterns. Estrogen is behind all of that, and they found it in marijuana on the East Coast. Go Google it.
Okay, man.
Egypt, let's add insult to injury. The U.S. government got a bomb that's called a gay bomb. The U.S. government got a bomb that's called a gay bomb. Let me say that one more time so y'all don't think I'm mispronouncing my words. The U.S. government has a bomb, B-O-M-B, that explodes. They have a bomb that's called the gay bomb. That's what it do. It releases a chemical that alters the male DNA to where he starts to produce estrogen and female hormones, which thereby could lead him to being gay. Go look it up. Go look it up.
Mr. Pharaoh giving it to y'all. I didn't think he was going to go there.
It's called a gay bomb. Go look it up. They don't want you to know this, people. I'm just a scratcher and digger. I'm by nature. I'm a scratcher and digger. I don't take nothing what the media say for I value. I got to find out for myself. And in the event of me finding out things for myself, I found out things I didn't want to know, like the gay bomb.
If you are a smoker and your tone of voice start to get a little pitchy, I'm gonna ask you to put that blunt down, brother and sister.
Put that blunt down, brother. They done got you.
We're moving on. We're moving on. We're moving on. This is one that's dear to my heart because my brother was murdered senselessly, but my brother at least was 31. This man shows us we got some work to do, not only with ourselves, but us being parents. This shouldn't happen. And the way this story played out, because I was actually in the barbershop, I guess one of the kids of their kids was there and said that after he got killed, shot, he made it to his mom's car. She pulled up, he got in the car, and he was dead on the scene.
Oh,
okay, here we go.
A 16-year-old is charged with murder in a shooting that killed a Dallas ISD high school football player Friday. 17-year-old David Washington was shot and killed in the Redbird area of Dallas Friday night. Dallas ISD says he was a senior in the district.
The district said he played on the football team. According to Dallas police, Friday night, following a Duncanville season opener win, there was a large gathering at the Love's gas station across the street from Kincaid Football Stadium on Polk Street. The Dallas ISD varsity football schedule shows Duncanville played South Oak Cliff at the stadium on Friday night. Police say around 10:50 p.m., the group of people started following 17-year-old David Washington, and then a fight started. Someone pulled out a gun during the fight and shot Washington. He was taken to a hospital where he later died. On Saturday, Dallas police arrested a 16-year-old and charged them with murder. Dallas City Councilman for District 8, where the shooting happened, says he wants to create a safe zone for kids in that area.
I think right now I'm going to reach out to Chief Martinez and Chief Garcia and see how can we put a safe zone there, because football is going up. It's kind of getting out of hand right now. And when you lose a life there, you want to blame everyone, but let this be a lesson that how can we solve the problem going forward.
Real quick, senseless. And brother, you can stand on that microphone and say, speak change all you want, but until people are involved or it hits their house, it's not going to happen. 16-year-old kid and a 17. Now they have a thing on, they've been rolling it on Facebook. I don't know if you saw it, where they posting different schools that's supposed to be getting hit and targeted. Red Oak was on the list, which is like literally a block up from my house.
I haven't seen that.
Oh my God. And they got DISD on there, I guess, where Carter was listed, where they supposed to go and do these shootings or something. And they telling people to be careful with their kids, to leave them at home and homeschool. I'm really at this point. If it's going to end up like this, where my kid cannot go to school and get an education safely, give me the option to homeschool him. Because I can teach him social skills by doing this podcast, by going to events, and by being around other folks. You're not learning nothing social at school if all you learning is gang banging and getting shot. This was senseless at this gas station there, in which I'm trying to figure out, where was the police anyway? Why wasn't there nobody there present with all those teens there? Some kind of security should have been there. I know when we had football games, we had security and police.
Yeah.
I'm just not getting it. Condolences to Mr. Washington and your family.
Yeah.
Your family.
Yeah, it's sad. Two young lives. 2 young lives lost in that situation.
Yeah.
2. You know, and parents, let this be a lesson to you that have teenagers that you allow to have a life. Never be their friends. Always be their parent.
Yeah.
You need to know every move they're making.
Yeah.
Every move, because that one time that you get in their business and tell them, no, you can't go over there, that'll be the time you save their life.
That part.
So be their parent, don't be their friend.
We're rolling on to this next one. We got 2. We have 3, but I don't think we're going to make it. But we got 2 more we're going to touch real quick.
Let's look at it.
They talking about changing laws too. When these senseless killers like this happen with these minors, they're thinking about now charging the parents and holding the parents accountable. That's another topic me and you're going to have to talk about. Is that really fair, or is it, I want to say fair. If you're doing a mass shooting and you shooting up a whole bunch of kids at school, well, that's a hard topic, but we're going to have to take
deep conversation we need. Yeah, that's a hell of a conversation.
Yeah, man, but they're thinking about making laws that hold us more accountable. And I kind of agree, because some of us, like you said, we're their friends. And we're teaching them how to gang bang, and we're teaching them how to shoot. And we're teaching them thinking that we're doing something big, and we're harming them and hurting them at the same time. So now they're saying, you know what, Mr. Dope Dealer Daddy, Mr. Scammer Mama, or whatever, you know, come on. You're going to sit on channel 2 with your kid.
Yeah, you're complicit. You're complicit in your child's crime.
Yeah, because guess what? 9 times out of 10, when them kids, when they do the background, you know, they do a psychology analysis of you when you go to jail. 9 times out of 10, the kid's going to break down everything that happened in that household. And what you think going to come out?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a conversation to be had, y'all. Last 2. We had 3. Well, shoot. Okay, we're going to hit these last 2, definitely. And then we're going to have to, you know, catch y'all next time. But we hitting the big stuff.
Now we're able to maintain a friendship, or?
Oh, yeah. We're still in the same house, and we're maintaining a friendship. And I'm trying to get my wife back. I have to show her that, though. hopefully I can show her while we're there together before, and hopefully she doesn't complete the process. But I'm changing in hopes that she will. I'm gonna get my wife back. How about that?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to eliminate all the rumors too, that it's something about a baby or even me molesting a child. It's none of that. I've just told
Would you say you two are
what it is.
There were also, kind of some rumors of any infidelity. Did you want to clear that up at all? You say it's solely neglect.
Well, neglect can create suspicion, certainly. And if you're gone as much as I am, you have every right to suspect. You go to work, you go serve in the community around the country, then you go with your guys to sporting events around the country, you go to other events except without your wife, hanging with you and enjoying herself with you. And so, yeah, she would have a right to suspect infidelity.
But there was none of that going on.
That's not the purpose. That's not the reason for this. What it is.
There were also, kind of some rumors of any infidelity. Did you want to clear that up at all? You say it's solely neglect.
Well,
I think he hiding something real quick because we got to do this debate one because I know Pharaoh gonna wrap this show up with this last one. I applaud him for saying it's my fault because we don't hear that enough. And I applaud him for acknowledging that, hey, I didn't do A, B, C, and D. But then, and then married and being a married woman, you had them options to say, hey, babe, come on and fly out with me. You might not want to go to the game, but after I watched the game with the boys, man, you could do something in the city. Like, why wasn't options given for your wife to participate in some of this stuff? And I get you a big celebrity or whatever you got going, but you can neglect is something you could fix. It don't have to be the way it is.
Definitely. You can fix neglect. And you know what? I look at that. I see a man that really wants his wife.
Yes. I love it.
Yeah, I see a man that he's willing to fight for his wife. And that's what we need. We need men that are willing to fight for their families.
Because we don't fight no more.
Yeah, we don't fight.
We just be like, oh, you ain't gonna do it? Okay, such and such in my DM. I'm gonna go ahead and give them a try. And we don't we don't reverence the stuff that makes longevity. We're gonna make mistakes in this thing called life. Even in my marriage, if I could have did something different. Now I probably wouldn't do anything different. But I'm gonna be honest. But when you think about marriage and the institute and what it all control, everybody's so quick to do it and want to do it, but you don't know what it really, really takes to hold it together. And I didn't. I'm gonna be transparent. I didn't. So when we hit them first bumps, I was like, oh, and I'm still 20 something, and I think, oh, I ain't had no stomach then. Oh, let me go on and show you what Egypt gonna do. But guess what? And doing that after that was dudes that wasn't about nothing. Yeah. When I could have went back and made things right with my husband or maybe talk through things. Now I could sit on here all day and say, well, now God put me where I need to be. And I even said it to you before the show. If me and him was together, I don't think he would hang. I don't really think he did. I know God was taking me through that as a lesson, but I can hold myself accountable and say, yeah, Egypt, you could have did, something different. You could have. I just gave up. I didn't know how to do. Okay. And for him to come on there and say, I want my wife back and watch me. I'm trying to turn this around before she filed.
That's right.
That's nothing but masculinity.
That's right.
I love it.
He said he want his wife and he gonna get her back. Watch.
For me, Fight for me.
I get it. I'm a divorcee, so I get it, man. Having a divorce is the best way I can describe a divorce is it's equivalent to a death in the family.
Mm-hmm.
You grieve, you mourn. It hurts, man. It really hurts when you go. The children are affected. You are affected, and then you have people that are tied to both of you. They feel awkward because they don't know who to. They're like, man, I love both of them. And so yeah, man. For to fight for your relationship, fight for your marriage, that is honorable. And that's a man that wants his wife back. Go get her, Judge. Go get her.
Go on, Mathis.
You
must be a crackhead on the debate.
Donald Trump left us the worst attack on our democracy since the Civil War. And what we have done is clean up Donald Trump's mess.
We did a phenomenal job with the pandemic. We handed them over a country where the economy and where the stock market was higher than it was before the pandemic came in. Nobody's ever seen anything like it. She's a Marxist. Everybody knows she's a Marxist. Her father's a Marxist professor in economics, and he taught her well. This is the one that weaponized, not me. She weaponized. I probably took a bullet to the head because of the things that they say about me. They talk about democracy. I'm a threat to democracy. They're the threat to democracy with a fake Russia investigation
We do have a lot
that went nowhere.
We have a lot.
Nowhere in America is a woman carrying a pregnancy to term and asking for an abortion. That is not happening. It's insulting to the women of America.
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there.
You bring up Springfield, Ohio, and ABC News did reach out to the city manager there. He told us there have been no credible reports of specific claims of pets being harmed, injured, or abused by individuals within the immigrant community.
She hates Israel. If she's president, I believe that Israel will not exist within 2 years from now. And I've been pretty good at predictions, and I hope I'm wrong about that one.
That's absolutely not true. I have my entire career and life supported Israel and the Israeli people. He knows that. He's trying to, again, divide and distract from the reality, which is it is very well known that Donald Trump is weak and wrong on national security and foreign policy. It is well known that he admires dictators, wants to be a dictator on day one, according to himself. These dictators and autocrats are rooting for you to be president again because they're so clear. They can manipulate you with flattery and favors. And that is why so many military leaders who you have worked with have told me you are a disgrace. It's important to remind the former president you're not running against Joe Biden, you're running against me.
She's worse than Biden. In my opinion, I think he's the worst president in the history of our country. She goes down as the worst vice president in the history of our country. We're a failing nation. We're a nation that's in serious decline. We're being laughed at all over the world.
I intend to be a president for all Americans and focus on what we can do over the next 10 and 20 years to build back up our country by investing right now in you, the American people.
I have no comment because that damn Trump, you don't know what he gonna say.
Man, you know what? I love that guy, man.
I do. Because he gonna say what the Cat Williams said it best.
Man.
He gonna say and do what the hell he want, and ain't nothing I can really say or do about it.
Yeah.
But when he said that cat and dog, that took me out. And then he told, she said, "You're a dictator," but we all been calling him a dictator, woman. So you ain't said that to really new. You know what I'm saying? But he handles his business. I will say Trump will stand on business when it's time to stand on business.
Yeah,
and
you
like
know
you
what?
stated, the economy was not that bad. I'm through. Pharaoh gonna wrap this up and we ending the show.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say this small bit about that debate. The debate, I must admit that Kamala Harris, she did a great job. She did a great job. She did far better than what I expected her to do. Far better. She was very articulate. She seemed very confident. She did a great job. Donald Trump, he was Donald Trump. Donald Trump is gonna be him. He's gonna speak what he thinks. He's gonna say his mind. One thing Donald Trump isn't is weak. She could have chose many words to call him, but you can't call him weak. I believe that sometimes he's a little too stern, you know, but the debate, I don't believe that it was strong enough either way to pull any voters to swing to the opposite direction on either side, you know. But again, I give Kamala Harris, I give her kudos. She did a great job. And Trump was Trump. You know, Trump was Trump. Trump is go. If Trump think it, he gonna say it. Trump has no filter, and that's what. Yeah, has no filter.
What do you say? Grab about him.
Man, Trump has no filter at all. You know, so. But I don't believe that debate was enough to sway anyone from one party to the other. I don't. But we will see. There's scheduling of one more. Let's see what that gives us.
And that is it, y'all. That is conversation, the trending topics with the king, of course, and queen of conversation, Mr. Pharaoh in Egypt. We hope on these topics we have said something that was informational, insightful, and also helps you put you in a place to think, and to not only think but come up with solutions or to apply better habits to your life. That's what this platform is for, and that's what the segments are for. It's not to point fingers or to bash a certain race or certain culture.
Indeed.
Right now we're dealing with the black culture, but if you see me out with all kinds of nationalities and races.
Indeed.
But what I do see is when I'm out, we do not stick together. We're not coming out as a family. We're not represented as a family. And then we don't even come to get the free resources. So yes, there's a problem somewhere. And that's what this platform, what is it? What's going on? It's not transportation, because y'all on Facebook living your best life. And I know I'm looking at the kids go to my kids' school, and some of them hair is not cut, and some of them this. But you pulling up besides me in a Mercedes, or you pulling up. We got to do better. Our priorities are out of whack. But with that being said, we still have time to get this thing called life right, y'all. We still have breath in our body to do a 360 and try to instill in our kids something different than what we have. That it's okay to own things, but don't let them own you, like Pharaoh said. And it's okay to be successful. It's okay to be a leader or a host or whatever. But don't let it consume you to the point where you forget what life really is.
Indeed.
That's the king, the queen of conversation. Anything else, King, before we get up out of here?
Now, we just want to thank you all again. You could have been anywhere else in the world tonight, but you chose to be here with Egypt and Pharaoh. And we are and when I say very, I mean very in all capital letters. We are very happy that you chose to be here with us. And remember, like I always say, you're born looking like your mother and father, but you die looking like your decisions.
Jesus. I wonder, am I going to be pretty? Never mind. Bye, y'all.